So the dish we're cooking today is a green curry. I'm going to make the green curry paste from scratch. It's super easy to do, and you can use different ingredients. So I do mix this up throughout the year, but I do have a few core things that I use, so we'll share that with you. And I adapt and change it to suit whatever I have growing in the garden that season. So it's a really valuable recipe to have, and it's going to help you be able to have a go-to recipe all the year. And we're going to be doing it out here in the garden with beautiful birds, a nice sun that is going down. And the reason that we are able to do that, we're able to cook out here in the garden, is because of EcoFlow. So that is a generator or a solar generator power bank that I have been sent, which is the perfect timing because I have been wanting to do some cooking out in the garden and also maybe some live videos out here in the garden. So having portable power is going to be a game changer. So I can't wait to show you how I use that, the different features on that, and it's going to be perfect for going camping as well. I do a lot of camping, and having portable battery that I can not just plug USBs in, but actually plug normal power sockets into, so I can charge my laptop while I'm out camping or on the go, is going to be an incredible thing, something that I am definitely not used to. So the other great thing about it is that I have a solar blanket that goes with it, so it can be recharged with the sun. And sun is something that we are not short on here in Western Australia. I have plenty of sun. One of the things I love the most is going out into the garden and seeing what's ready and available and creating a dish around that. But that's easier said than done. Just choosing what to have for dinner is hard on any day, let alone working with different ingredients that you've got in the garden. So I am going to be using some unusual vegetables, things that I have growing in my Urban Permaculture Garden. Look at these massive bottle gourds. So it is going to be interesting. I'm going to have to share a few different tips on perennials that I have got growing in the garden. We're going to take a look at what I've harvested, and we're going to make a delicious dish. Alright, so this is the power bank or little mini generator here, and on this side it's got AC voltage, so you can plug in your normal things. So today we're going to be using an induction little cooker, and also my NutriBullet on this side, and then I'll turn it around, and on this side I have USBs and USB-C as well. And it has the dial on here. So this digital little dial tells you how long it's got left in it. It's also going to tell you how much input and output's going in. So if you have it already plugged into the solar power or into the wall, it's going to tell you how much charge is going in and how long it's going to take to fully charge. And then if you are using it to cook on or use anything with, it's going to tell you how much output it's using as well and how long you've got left on it. So it's currently at 98%, and we're going to cook on it and we'll see how it goes. Plus I've already used one battery shooting B-roll while I was picking these veggies. So whilst I am shooting on my second battery, I'm going to be charging this on the EcoFlow. Alright, so I'm using 4 chilies. These are cayenne ones, and I'm a bit of a wuss with heat, so I'm going to take the seeds out, but if you like heat then you can leave the seeds in or use more chili. These are quite mild chilies to start with. 1 little red onion shallot from the garden. This is some fresh turmeric from the garden that I've just kept in the freezer. Look at that colour. Some locally grown garlic from the markets, and I did get a little bit of an extra piece that I'm going to plant as well, so I'm going to pop this one in the garden. Alright, so I've got some fresh basil from the garden. This is something I swap out seasonally. In summer I've got basil, in winter I've got parsley. You can also use coriander, but it's a no from me. So I'm going to use a big handful or a cup of basil. I'm also going to add in some garlic chives, so that's something that I've got in abundance in my garden at the moment. So the herbs that I'm throwing in this instead of coriander and parsley are garlic chives and basil. So that is something that you can swap out seasonally. Obviously this is not traditional, but I think it's all about utilizing what you have in the garden, what is in season, and that way it tastes different every time. I've got 2 spring onions. So I'm added in some sweet potato greens just because I've got a few here, and I'm going to add in a little bit of rocket. So because I don't have any lemongrass, I'm adding in some lemon verbena, about 2 tablespoons of fresh leaves, and also some lime zest. That will help give it that delicious citrus tone. So now I'm just going to toast off some cumin seeds, a teaspoon of cumin seeds. Traditionally you also have coriander seeds, but I never have them because I'm not a big coriander fan. So a teaspoon of these. You can also put white peppercorns in, but I don't do that either. So just gonna lightly toast these off, then we can pop them in ready to make our paste. And now it's time to blend up our curry paste using a NutriBullet, which is not ideal because it's long and tall. A wider food processor will be better, but we'll give it a good mix and we'll get all of these ingredients all ready to go, so then we can cook up our green curry. This is our green curry paste ready to make our green curry. So I grow 4 different types of sweet potato in my garden. I've got the Hawaiian, which is white on the outside and purple on the inside. I've got the orange and the Japanese, which is the closest I can find to the New Zealand kumara, but it's still not quite the same. So this one is red on the outside, white on the inside. And the 4th one that I have is purple on the outside and purple on the inside, but I couldn't find any of those that were ready, only really skinny ones, so they aren't going to be the right size. So I'm going to just chuck these in a pot of water to soften, and then once they soften I'm going to smash them up a bit and pop them in the oven to crisp up. Alright, so now my sweet potato are cooked, they're soft to touch. With a fork we can smash them and just chuck them in the oven to crisp up. Could just pop them on top of the curry like this, but I'm going to make them a little bit extra crispy in the oven. Alright, so it's at 92%. I've been using the blender, using the cooker, charging my camera battery the whole time. So I'm just browning off the onions and the sweet potato and the canna, because those are going to take the longest to cook. And then I'm going to add in the green curry paste, and that's when you'd also add any protein if you were adding chicken or anything like that, but I am not. I'm just going to top it with the crispy sweet potatoes. So any extra leftover green curry paste you can just pop in the fridge to use during the week, or if you want to keep it longer term, then pop it in an ice cube tray and freeze giant ice cubes of it, and that way you can just defrost it and use it just like you would fresh. It will defrost very quickly. And the same with the chilies. I freeze a lot of my chilies whole so that I can use those throughout the year during winter to make my green curry, because right now in the end of summer I have a lot of chilies at the moment, so I'm going to be popping heaps of those in the freezer for future green curries, and it smells so good out here. Okay, so it's the next day. I ran out of light last night to finish filming and let you know how the taste was. So I did eat this for dinner last night, but I kept a bowl to share today. And I wanted to let you know how the bottle gourd was and the canner. So it's actually really hard to tell which is which. Let's see. So the bottle gourd really is like a zucchini. It's absorbed all the flavour and it's quite a soft texture. So that is why I sort of put it in near the end so it didn't cook for too long. But it's delicious. Oh, this one is definitely the canner. That tastes just like potato. Yeah, definitely. It's got a very similar texture as well. It's quite firm. But tastes of green curry. This is so delicious. It's quite sweet. I like my curries quite sweet, so I put a tablespoon of raw sugar. If you don't like sweet curries, then put less sugar, and it's also very mild, so that is just how I like it. And I was inspired after yesterday cooking out here that I'm going to attempt to film my live show podcast out here tonight. So the EcoFlow is getting another workout in, but first, snacks. So this is, oh, I got a chili. I put some chilies on top for decoration, and they got some spice. But this is great because it's using the whole vegetable. So I've got sweet potato in the curry, I've got sweet potato on top of the curry, and then I've also got the leaves in there as well. So the more greens you can pack into that green curry paste, the greener and more vibrant the green curry will be, and it won't be as grey. I hope you enjoyed this garden to plate video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you liked it so I know I can make more garden plate recipes for you, and a big thanks to EcoFlow for sponsoring or providing the batteries so that I could make this outside in the garden. It's been so nice to cook outside. And check out the links in my description if you want to know more about EcoFlow and check out the different range of models that they have. I have the EcoFlow Delta and the 160 kilowatt solar blanket.